What, we some kind of suicide squad?
I am Iron Man.
You are a toy!
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Server Anakin! I have the high ground!
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
Welcome back to the Big Movie Boys podcast, the only podcast that occasionally breaks out into song and dance. I'm your host, Jeremy Baumana. With me, as always, is Ben. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture. Stitch.
That's not cool, Jared. That's fucking bullshit.
And Bob, Jazz Hands Liebel.
What's up, everybody? I'm actually drunk already.
We've got 2 items on the schedule today, including our review of La La Land. But first, it's time for yet another Big Movie Boys Presents Who is the Biggest Movie Boi Challenge. And this time, we'll figure out just how well the boys know each other. So the way this is going to work is that we have 10 questions that we have all answered for ourselves as honestly as we can possibly answer them. And then we also guessed what the 2 other boys answered for themselves. So for each round, we'll answer a question. We'll make our guesses as to what the other 2 people answered themselves. And if we guess correctly, we get a point.
Yeah, this is your classic newlywed game.
Exactly. So there's a potential of 20 points on the board. If anyone gets more than 5,
Yeah. This is going to be embarrassing for us, one, because we're a bad movie podcast.
And we don't
2,
know each other.
We're not even, apparently we're bad friends. We're going to know anything about each other. It's going to be very telling.
That's 2 strikes against us. So, yeah, I don't know. You guys ready to roll? Should we just move into the first of 10 questions
Let's
here?
get it. This is going to be a train wreck. By the way, everybody listening, I just made this list about 20 minutes ago when I was hungover and actually probably drunk, actually.
Classic Bob.
Yeah, mine are going to be embarrassing. So I'm going to preface this by saying I probably am not going to win this one.
Wow.
I'm going to actually make a guarantee that I'm probably going to lose this.
Wow.
And this will be interesting. Yeah, oh God, I'm not looking forward
Wait, what
to
do we
this.
have for... Is this our 4th Big Movie Boy Challenge?
Yeah.
I've won
Have
every
you won
single
every
one.
one? How many have I lost every
Of course,
one?
I tailored the
You
last one
lost
to
2.
myself.
I lost the last one.
Okay, that's not horrible. Well, I'm going to lose this one, so if I win this thing, I'm putting this mic through Jeremy's monitor. No fuck, if this somehow happens.
I
don't even care if I lose as long as Ben doesn't win. But unfortunately,
Well, I'm not going to win, so it's either you two. So yeah, Ben's probably going to win this one again.
All right, well, let's get into it. The first question is, what was the last movie you saw in theaters? And Ben, as reigning Big Movie Boy champion, Bob and I are going to guess your answer first. So, Bob, what did you guess? Ben answered.
You didn't get it right, Bob.
I guessed Joker.
I considered that as well.
Okay.
My guess is for a movie I'm not even sure if you've seen or not. I said 1917.
Wow, this is a fun one because Bob guessed it. That's not the one I had written down. I totally forgot I saw Joker, and that was the last movie I saw.
Wow.
Didn't see 1917.
Wow.
The answer I had written down was The Incredibles 2.
That movie, what?
That was like 2 years ago.
Dude, I don't go to movies.
Were you drunk when you made this list?
Considering I made it this morning. Yeah, Bob got a point. Joker
Wow.
was the last movie I saw.
Holy shit, I'm going to win.
Shit.
Somebody mark it down.
Yeah, that's a point.
Wow.
I was split between Joker and 1917, and I chose wrong.
Wow. What a start.
Yeah, and Jared did see that movie with me. Like, saw is a strong word. I was very intoxicated for that movie.
I remember when you guys left to see it. And
you stayed at my apartment while I
we
left
had
to
been
go
drinking
see it.
for a couple hours, and you're like, we're going to go see Joker. I was like, what?
All right, who are we guessing next?
We're going to guess Bob's answer now. Bob is not... we might have a similar situation
I
here.
truly have no idea what the last movie I saw was.
I feel pretty confident that I know what the movie Bob saw last was.
Most likely I
guess-
saw it with you, so...
I don't think we saw this together, but I said Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Ben, what do you have?
I fucked up and said, I think you almost went to see this movie, but I put The Invisible Man.
I was seconds from seeing The Invisible Man, and then, a global quarantine, or a global pandemic hit. I put Rise of Skywalker because I'm pretty sure that is the last one I saw.
Hell yeah. I'll take it.
This is not a good start for me.
I was hoping that the same thing would happen where someone would say a movie, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I did see that. But no. Yeah, it was definitely Rise of Skywalker, now that I think about it. What are we on? We're guessing Jeremy's now?
Yep.
All right. The one I have for Jeremy, which I'm also not super confident of, I'm going to say 1917.
And I said Parasite.
I did see both of those movies in theater. However, I
shit.
saw a movie in 2020.
Scumbag fuck.
I only looked at 2019 movies, dude. I did not think you went in 2020.
I saw Birds of Prey in February.
Oh, no points, no points. Shit. So after one question, you guys are tied.
I hope that's not the
Wow.
last movie I ever seen in a theater. It wasn't great. It was okay, but it wasn't great. All right, after one round, we've got a tie. Bob and I each scored a point there. Question number 2 is, who is your second favorite director? Which means you have to guess who the first favorite is to figure out who the second favorite is.
This was hard for me because I didn't even know who my first favorite director was.
I thought I could guess both of you guys' first favorite directors, and then I just had to...
only have 2.
Yeah, I have 2 also, and I feel like it's kind of a crapshoot here. I feel like all of us actually probably have the same 1 and 2, and we're gonna flip flop them.
Maybe.
That makes me want to change my answer for what I put for you.
Well, we're going to guess Bob's first. So for no points, I just guessed Bob's first favorite director was Scorsese. So then for his second favorite director, my guess is Tarantino.
I also guessed Scorsese for Bob as his first, and then I put Brett Ratner, the Rush Hour director, as his second favorite.
Only problem there is, Ben, I'm only drunk when I watch the Rush Hour movies. I don't know who the director is.
I had to look it up.
It is Quentin Tarantino, and
Hell
you got
yeah.
my first correct as well.
Is that 2 points, Jer?
No, just one. I'll take 2 if you want to give it to me, but... All right, do you guys want to guess my second favorite director?
I put, what the fuck did I put? Dude, I wish you guys see my list. It's just gibberish. I guessed Martin Scorsese for you as your second favorite director.
Do you want to just, on record, guess who my first favorite is?
Somebody I don't know, probably.
I also had first for Jeremy, someone I don't know. I put Quentin Tarantino as your second favorite director.
All right, you guys were, I think, kind of on the right trail. For my number 1, I would say Tarantino.
Okay,
Not
that's
someone
what I
you've
was-
never heard before. For number 2, I was kind of split, but I ultimately decided on the Russo brothers.
Oh, I'm a dumbass.
No, that's a
dude.
good one.
I don't know why I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I kind of almost thought that would be your first. Not that I was gonna guess them at all, but fuck.
Who is your favorite? Is Tarantino? Though?
Yeah. So what do we got? Ben's?
Ben's up, yeah. For Ben's second favorite director, I also put Martin Scorsese. A theme that we will see on a lot of these that I guess the same for both of you.
So
I'm sure laziness.
my guess for your first favorite director was Nolan. Therefore, I said Tarantino would
Jeremy
be your
got it
second
right.
favorite.
Fuck, Jeremy's gonna die.
I had
this.
Tarantino as your one. That was my guess.
Yeah, Nolan's
Fuck
my
me.
favorite.
Who's your third?
Scorsese.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? I'll take half a point.
I literally was gonna put Nolan as my second, and then I walked through the movies. I'm like, fuck, I love Dark Knight, obviously the trilogy, and then Interstellar, and then Inception. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's my favorite.
These make so much sense. After you saying the Russo brothers, you saying Christopher Nolan, I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. If
Yeah.
I had not done this 10 minutes ago, I think I would have came up with that.
All right. Our third question is, choose one movie that has not yet had a remake or a reboot that you would like to see remade or rebooted. You guys can guess mine first. I'll admit, kind of a weak answer.
Yeah, I already know I'm not gonna get this right. I put Silence of the Lambs. I re-listened to the '90s podcast just to see if Jeremy would pick something from there, and I know it's not gonna be that.
You think I want to remake what I said was maybe my favorite movie from the decade?
Yeah.
So this was a really, really rough one for me. I had no idea what to put, so I thought of the first movie that came to my head, Blades of Glory.
An interesting guess. Neither of you got it right. I just said X-Men.
Has that not been rebooted?
Like an MCU X-Men is what you want to see? Yeah, that's actually a good answer. I knew that, but I
Bob's killing
Just
it.
didn't want the points.
it's all up here.
All right, let's see if we can guess what Ben wants a remake or a reboot to.
Let me give you a quick hint. This was like a series of movies. It's not just one movie.
Okay.
Okay,
That fits
let me
my
try
guess.
to change my answer on the spot. Yeah, I'm just not even going to try. My brain's not working right now. For whatever reason, I thought of the second movie that came to mind for me for this one, and I put Semi-Pro. I'm assuming you don't want to recreate
The greatest
Magic.
movie of all
Yeah.
time.
The best movie ever made, but I don't know. I need to put an answer down.
All right. Well, my guess fits into the franchise model. I said Mighty Ducks.
Oh, you fucker!
No,
is it?
no, it's not
Oh.
Mighty Ducks. Sorry, Jared. No, I put this is an older one. I put Indiana Jones. Give me Shia LaBeouf as Indiana Jones.
that'd be really good.
Okay.
Well, my answer for this one is kind of similar to that with a good recasting.
Wait, aren't we guessing first?
I don't know why I was
I
about
thought you were about to
guess.
tell
Yeah,
us the answer.
I gotta put the bottle down, dude. Oh my god.
All right, well, let's guess Bob's before he tells us. I think Ben and I might have the same answer. I simply put Rush Hour 4.
I put Rush Hour.
Does that count as Rush Hour 4? That can't be a remake.
No,
though.
I put like Rush Hour where it's like a new cast, but also like they come back into it somehow.
They'd have to be featured pretty prominently. I actually didn't put that. I thought you guys were both gonna guess that, and it's a fair guess. But I actually
Bob's playing this game to win, not honestly.
Jeremy did. You mentioned it when I showed up today, and I don't want you to think that I just said it because I couldn't think of an answer. This is something I said for a very long time. The Outsiders. Think about when that movie did come out.
No,
it was all young actors. It was like Tom Cruise and Emilio Estevez and that.
It's actually one I'm surprised hasn't been remade.
Just remake it with the modern day, like up and coming Hollywood, like the good looking Hollywood guys. Like all those guys. That was one of their first movie. Patrick Swayze wasn't a big deal yet, you know.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, Rob Lowe. Like literally, there's so many stars in that movie that if you were to make that today, it would cost $70 billion.
Let's do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if they remade it today, like with
No, that was a good
modern day new actors? It would be incredible. But yeah, that was my answer. I didn't think you guys would get it. But
one. So
No points in round 3.
that'll
we got
keep happening. You have 3?
yeah, Jeremy's killing it.
Holy
it's
fuck.
3 to 1 to
Ben,
0.
how many do you have?
0. I don't know you guys at all.
Well, I think we can get some points here. Number 4 is, what is the best movie theater snack? We'll be guessing for Ben first.
For me, I don't know. Maybe just the way I look at you sometimes. I think you look like a Twizzlers guy to me.
Jeez, don't stare at me like that.
I was making sure you do look like a Twizzlers guy.
I kept it generic. I think Ben's a pretty simple guy. I just went buttered popcorn.
I fucking hate Jeremy, dude. Twizzlers, I do love Twizzlers, but it is popcorn. It is popcorn for me. Jeremy has 4 points.
Damn it. Well, running away with it.
What are we guessing for Bob? I'll go first. I said Bob, you know, he's a little drunk making this list. You can't always guarantee he's going to follow the rules. I said Bob's preferred movie theater snack? Nothing. He wants to go snackless.
Wow.
He doesn't want to spend money, and he thinks it's a distraction.
You know, if this wasn't movie theater snack, if this was just movie snack, I would guess fucking beer. But I had to go with movie theater snack. I went generic too. I said popcorn.
I don't know how to answer this one because I feel like I need to actually pick an item because Jeremy actually hit the nail on the head. I never, ever get shit at theaters. Like, almost never.
This should count.
I don't know, but honestly, like, gun to my head, though, it is Reese's Pieces.
But
Yeah.
have you ever gotten Reese's Pieces?
That's like that's the only thing I got maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. That's what so I don't know if I want to give you because like to answer the question honestly, that's what it is for me. But to actually answer it honestly,
to not be a trick question.
Yeah, I don't know if we can give you points. You have enough. How about we just say no?
We'll say no. I'm good at saying no.
But you hit the nail on the head. I almost never get something at a theater.
Well, we'll remember that when I lose by 1 point later. All right, do you guys want to guess my
Yeah, I
favorite
went
movie
generic
theater snack?
again and said popcorn. I'm just like, everyone likes
So
popcorn.
Did you just put popcorn for all three of us? I put popcorn for you as well.
A good guess. However,
Oh my god.
it's soft pretzel bites with cheese.
Oh
Fuck
shit.
you.
So if
knew
I would have
that.
said soft pretzel bites, would you have said no because I didn't say cheese?
I would have given you half a point.
See, I knew that one too, though. It was up here. It wasn't. On
You go to
paper.
movies apparently every time you go to a movie theater. It's with
I
Jeremy.
don't-
You can guess this.
I don't look at what Jeremy eats.
I don't get it often, but if I get something, that's what I'm getting.
We don't make eye contact when we go to movies together or talk.
He's afraid if he speaks to me, I'll ask him to pay me back for the tip. All right, number 5. About to be halfway through. You can only keep one of the following streaming services: Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Max, Disney Plus, or Peacock.
Love that you put Peacock in here because I know that's Bob's favorite.
Wild card answer. We're guessing for Bob first. And I'm going to say Bob is an Amazon Prime guy.
Yeah, that was my initial thought, and then I went, you know what? Don't overthink this. He put Netflix.
You guys are correct with Netflix, but I want to also say that Jeremy was very close. I was on the fence with because I actually watch Amazon Prime the most. But
it's not your favorite.
if I had to lose the other ones, I'd say I couldn't live without Netflix.
That's fair. Do you guys want to guess what I picked?
Yeah, I went through the same mental process here. I'm like, you know what? Jeremy probably likes Disney Plus for all the Marvel movies and shit. He likes HBO Max for all just the
Everything,
huge
yeah.
all the movies they have. But I went, what would Jeremy hate to lose? Criminal Minds. That's on Netflix. I went with Netflix.
Yeah. I know I didn't pick Hulu for you. We know how you feel about that. I picked Netflix also.
I picked Quibi.
Damn, should have included Quibi.
Why wasn't Quibi on the list, man?
Fair guess.
My
Fuck
God.
off.
I fucking hate Jeremy.
I like your thought process. Ben, I will comment on yours. First of all, I own most of the Marvel movies on Blu-ray,
Okay.
so I don't need Disney+. I have watched every episode of Criminal Minds that is available on Netflix. I picked HBO Max because that's
shit.
all I've been watching
What
lately.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I think they have the best originals as well,
Oh wow.
that was my criteria for
Oh,
picking.
I should have went with you love Perry Mason.
I'm a big Perry Mason guy now, so. All right. What do we,
Ben's,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
guessing
yeah.
Ben's. For Ben, I also put Netflix. I just feel like that's the answer. I just know it.
For Ben, I went with Hulu.
Yo, it was between
Interesting.
those two for me. I did say Netflix because,
Yeah.
it's more so like because The Office is on there, Jer. I think I like. If Hulu didn't have commercials, I would have said Hulu. It's just that.
Netflix is so deep, though. That's the thing. It's just years and like there's enough stuff on Netflix and things that come on and off it enough that like, yeah. Same. You picked it for the same reason I not because of the
Yeah,
Office,
it's
but
just
like there's
it's more
just,
so like at the end of the day when I first log on to like the smart TV, I'm like I accidentally just always go to Netflix,
Yeah.
even if I am not watching something on there.
yeah.
When The Office moves to Peacock, will you change your answer to Peacock?
Yeah, I'll have to when we do this a year from now.
All right, number 6. You are tasked with directing a movie. What genre do you make?
Oh, we're going with Jer's.
For this one, for Jeremy, I said some sort of sci-fi movie.
I went with I'm thinking he loves the Fast and the Furious franchise. I went with a thriller.
I almost did that.
I don't know how you equated Fast and Furious to thriller, but the answer is thriller.
Oh, I'm
There we
pissed off.
go.
I put in parentheses crime thriller, but
That's what I had a feeling.
I don't need
about
that.
thriller is the acceptable answer. All right, what do we got for Ben?
For me, and I'm pretty confident on this one, I said a sports comedy.
I have 2 words written. One is sports, one is comedy.
Yeah.
I put comedy. I feel like that counts.
Yeah. Because if you were to write it right now, it would somehow involve
Yeah, it'd be
sports.
semi-pro.
Yeah, the remake that
Or dodgeball.
All right, we got to guess
What
Bob's.
do you guys got for me?
Unfortunately, I didn't think Rush Hour was an acceptable genre. So I went with an action movie.
And I went with action comedy.
I wrote action comedy, but I didn't know if I was stretching and trying to, jump 2 categories.
I also put sports comedy for myself.
Oh, wow.
I would
That's
love
fine, yeah.
to do So I don't think action comedy.
Nah.
It actually in reality would be an action thriller sports comedy. That would be the movie I would make.
Shit, that's what I wrote, too. I almost said that one, but I just kept it generic.
All right. Question number 7 is, which movie have you seen the most times? So for this one, we each provided 2 answers. However, we're only guessing one answer. It just gives us twice the opportunity to get a point here. So Bob, what is your guess for the movie Ben has seen the most times?
For me, for Ben, it's The Dark Knight.
I also picked The Dark Knight.
I put Dodgeball and Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a point for both of us. All right, Ben, what do we think Bob has seen the most times?
So I put Dodgeball, and then I'm like, wait, was it Rush Hour? I stuck with Dodgeball because I think that's the movie he quotes the most.
I definitely considered Dodgeball. However, I picked Talladega Nights.
Wow. I actually, and this is up for debate for sure. I mean, if you've listened to the podcast, Ben's dad especially knows that I've seen Space Jam 75 times, allegedly. But
I almost put Space Jam because you watch that movie every day of your life.
apparently, I actually put Dark Knight as well. Like I had to think about it, and if I really did think about it, I've seen Dark Knight so many fucking times.
Yeah.
I've seen that probably 25.
Well, you had to provide 2, Bob. So was it Dodgeball or Talladega Nights?
I didn't come up with my second. Dude, I don't fucking know. Honestly, if you had to ask me, I would probably say Wolf of Wall Street. I've seen that a lot too.
That is on FX all the time without the swearing.
Dodgeball and Talladega Nights are very close, but I feel like I just don't watch those. Maybe just I don't watch them as much recently, but I would say Wolf of Wall Street is my 2.
He just doesn't want to give points away.
Talladega Nights was out. Dodgeball was pretty close. Talladega Nights, no.
I mean,
I've
I
seen
write a
Talladega.
half a tally over here.
I mean, I am on record as having 2 copies of Talladega Nights in case I lost one. I have 2 DVDs of Talladega Nights, but no, it's definitely Wolf of Wall Street and The Dark Knight. But for Jeremy, his movie, I'm pretty confident in, and I'm going to say Iron Man.
Shit, I didn't even think of that one. I put Jurassic Park.
Both very good guesses. Iron Man is probably what I would have picked for number 3. I said Toy Story.
I fucking knew it. God damn it.
And That Thing You Do.
I fucking hate you. You should have put Jurassic Park.
You know, there's no lying in this podcast, Jeremy.
Jurassic Park is probably up there. Iron Man is probably up there, but I don't think I've seen either of those more times than either of the two movies I just said.
I knew I should have changed it to Toy Story.
Fuck. Yeah.
All right, moving on to number 8. This could be a good one. What movie do you not want to admit made you cry or at the very least tear up?
We were guessing Bob. I put, for Bob, I put The Notebook.
For Bob, another kind of twist answer. I just said Bridesmaids.
Are you fucking kidding me? I put Bridesmaids. Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me see your phone.
Well, I actually
Wait, I'll see every other answer.
I actually put, how did I spell it? Birdie's Maids.
So he didn't get it.
No,
Holy
I
shit.
did. I can't believe you guessed that, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
You talked about it last week. I
haven't
threw it
seen
out
The
there.
Notebook. Well, that's part of the reason I picked it.
Yeah. See, I didn't know if you had seen it.
All right, you guys can try your best.
All right.
This is the honest to God truth answer
Okay.
I have written down, but you're not going to get it.
For me, the one I picked for you, Bridesmaids.
Haven't seen that movie, so I'll tell you you're wrong.
Is that your real guess?
Yes.
No. I went with, I don't think you'd be embarrassed to say it, but I put Forrest Gump. Have you even seen Forrest Gump?
I have seen Forrest Gump. I wouldn't say
Do you want to change your answer?
no, because the movie I'm embarrassed to admit made me cry is Instant Family,
Holy shit.
a
with
Mark Wahlberg movie
Wow.
where
Oh
he
my
adopts
God.
3 children.
Yeah, it's something he would never do in real life.
No.
So yeah, that was I didn't want to admit that there was some tears welling in my eyes for that movie, but
So Ben's
Here we
movie
are.
that made him cry? That's what we're on right now?
I might have to change my answer.
Okay.
I have 2 written down. I have
Because
to
I'm
pick
not
one.
embarrassed.
You should change it to this. Bridesmaids.
I can honestly say I did not cry during Bridesmaids.
I can't believe Jeremy got that right for me. I put it down as like a fucking... Because I couldn't think of anything.
Maybe Bridesmaids laughing. Because it's so
Yeah.
fucking funny. I did not... What part did you cry during? I want to know.
I don't remember. I don't think I actually cried. I
Yeah,
just had to pick a movie.
I think I should get 3 points since Bob wrote Bridesmaids 3 times for everyone. All right, I got 2 answers written. I'm going to take a shot in the dark since I did it for Bob and it paid off. So the one I'm not going with is La La Land, but the one I'm locking in as my answer is Manchester by the Sea.
So I put La La Land.
Fuck.
You're not ashamed to cry to La La Land.
Exactly. I love La La Land. That's why it was tough for me. I'm like... But I wanted to be on theme. We're talking about it today, but...
Can we have a technicality? You're not ashamed. I cried in that movie too.
But I wouldn't have said Manchester by the Sea because that's the saddest fucking movie ever existed. If you don't cry during that, you are a serial killer.
I've never seen it. I just knew you had seen it and that it was a sad movie. So clearly I should have gone with La La Land.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's
Jer's
unfortunate.
on point.
you got
today.
enough points, Jer. I think you got this locked up. Actually, can we even come back? I think he's got it.
You and me cannot. But you and me are... Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to watch some shit movie.
So with 2 questions left, I've guaranteed victory. However, if Ben can make up 2 points here, then we will have to go to a sudden death to figure out who the loser is.
Do we have 2 left?
We've got 2 left.
Oh dear Jesus! These are my.
Considering my answer for Bob on this one is no fucking clue, this could be a tough
Yeah.
comeback.
Oh no. This is okay. Let's get it.
Number 9, what movie do you think has the best soundtrack? Are we guessing for Ben now?
No, we're guessing for you.
All right, what do you guys think I think the best soundtrack to a movie is?
I went with the movie I've already said for you. I went with Jurassic Park.
I went with Black Panther.
Bob is correct.
Fuck.
It was
Oh.
between Black Panther and Into the Spider-Verse.
That was the other one I was looking at. You've said it multiple times on the podcast, so
I still listen to the Black Panther soundtrack
I
pretty
do too.
regularly.
I do too. That's a on rotation all the time.
All right, what do we got for Ben?
I also put the Black Panther soundtrack.
That's a good answer, but... oh, sorry.
But what, Ben? I went with Space Jam.
Oh, shit. Those are both good.
Those are
Probably
both
better
good.
than the one I put, but I put Straight Outta Compton.
That's also
okay.
really good. Fuck.
I wouldn't have guessed it, but that's a good answer. All right, I'm hoping Bob is maintaining his strategy here because I guessed Black Panther for Bob.
Yeah, I put no fucking clue, but I'm going to change my answer to Black Panther.
It is Black Panther.
All right, the 10th and final, well, potentially final question, unless Ben can make up 2 points still. Number 10 is, what's the worst movie you've seen in its entirety? And we are guessing for Ben first.
For Ben, I put Cars 2.
That is a throwback to our unaired episodes where Ben actually lost a Big Movie Boys challenge. I didn't even think to go back that far.
Oh, yeah.
I simply said Doctor Strange.
I didn't finish Doctor Strange. Otherwise, that would have been in contention. Bob, that is my second least favorite.
I would love to see
you
your
were on the
list.
right track, though. I put Emil and the Detectives.
Oh.
Another pre-aired.
Yeah. That's
That
good.
was the worst fucking movie of all time.
Who are we guessing for now, Jeremy?
You.
Me? All
Guessing
right.
for
Let's hear
Bob.
it, boys.
Bob, I thought this was an easy one.
I put Cats.
I put
It's
Cats.
cats. It is cats.
Dude, it fucking comes down to Jeremy's answer.
Oh, my God.
I don't know Jeremy's least favorite movie.
For all the marbles.
I need a second. I know what I wrote for Jeremy is not his least favorite movie.
Well, you can't copy mine because I think I have it right.
Don't say it then. Let me think real
You go
quick.
first. Yeah, I need you to go first.
For those keeping score at home, if Ben scores a point and Bob does not, then they will tie for last place and we have to go into sudden death overtime.
It'd be tying for second place. What do you got?
But I think we should go with Bob first.
Oh, I'll cheat if Bob gets it right, though. I'll read your face.
Okay, we'll go with Ben first.
Yeah.
I wrote the Mighty Ducks.
All right. For me, I put A-X-L.
Well, neither of you got it correct.
Fuck!
It is Transformers 4, the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, my God. That's
a good answer.
That movie fucking blows.
I don't know why I sat through that whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I was hate
Can that
watching
be my
it.
punishment movie? I don't want
That movie sucks.
I'll let you know it's on the list.
That's cruel and unusual punishment. That one is fucking horrible.
Oh, fuck.
Ben, care to read the scores for us here?
So yeah, Jeremy was, he dominated. He finished with 7.
Wow.
And he could have had more. We kind of took some away from him.
You're a good friend.
You're a good. Bob had 5. I had 4.
We're not good friends.
Well, you hate to see it, folks. It's a long fall from the top. But we can look forward next week to Ben's punishment movie. Ben, I've got a list.
I'm resigning from the Big Movie Boys podcast.
I cannot wait to see what you get here. I'm so happy that I
It is
didn't lose.
12 movies long.
I just want to say that I was drunk and hungover when we did this, and I came up with my answers 15 minutes before.
All right, Ben, give me a number 1 through 12.
Fuck. All right, I'll go with number 1. Do I have to pay for it?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. This is not a joke. Number 1 on the list is Transformers, the Mark Wahlberg one.
Do I have to pay for that, though?
I think it's on Netflix.
Wow.
This movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Holy shit.
And I'm like,
It only feels like 4 hours.
I genuinely feel like I'm being attacked. Like, somehow you set me up to watch fucking 3 hours of a terrible movie.
This actually is probably the worst one on the list, besides Cats.
Fuck, I'm not happy about this.
Well, you got a whole week. How many sittings is it going to take you to watch this one?
Well, I watch movies in 30-minute sittings, so this is going to take me about 9 sittings.
So in 3 weeks, we get to look forward to Ben's review of Transformers 4, the Mark Wahlberg one. Until then, we're going to be reviewing La La Land. But as a little precursor, the reason we're watching La La Land is because one of our very own Big Movie Boys, Mr. Ben Stitch, is moving to California
To become an actor.
to start his own jazz club. So we let him pick a California-themed movie. Obviously, he went with La La Land.
It was
so
either La La Land or Straight Outta Compton.
2 very similar movies. But yeah, so that's the reason for La La Land. So moving forward, the podcast might sound a little bit differently since we're going to go back to our remote recording setup. But have no fear, we will still be available with new episodes every Monday. So best of luck to Ben. He's leaving us for greener pastures, or at least they were
Drier
green
pastures.
until they were set ablaze.
Jeez.
But yes, if you're unfamiliar, La La Land was released on Christmas back in 2016, written and directed by Damien Chazelle, who also wrote 10 Cloverfield Lane. He directed First Man, and he wrote and directed Whiplash. This movie stars Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, J.K. Simmons, and John Legend also make appearances. Ben, what does La La Land mean to you? Why are we watching it this week?
This movie is, I'm going to say this word wrong like I did last night when I explained it to Jeremy. This movie is like the best cinematography, that's a real word, I've ever seen in theaters. I don't go to movies as much as you guys probably, but like when I saw this in the theater, it was just like a spectacle. I already love California, but this movie just made me fall in love with California. And I know it's a musical, guys. I know it's a stretch for us to be talking about this movie. I fucking love this movie. This is a top fiver for me. And I have to give credit to my mother. I wasn't going to see this movie in theaters. She wanted to see it. I'm like, you know what? I'll go see it with my mom. Mom, thank you for making me see this movie. This is a great movie theater movie.
Yeah, I totally agree with the cinematography aspect of it, but if I'm going to be honest, I was super excited to watch this because it's got glowing reviews. Obviously, it almost won an Oscar.
That hurts.
It did for like 45 seconds.
And yeah, I was super excited for it, and I didn't know it was a musical actually, and that doesn't take me out of it. I'm not like anti-musical or anything, although Cats really. But I feel like it was overhyped for me. It didn't live up to the hype. It was still a good movie. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I ever say anything negative while we're doing this review, I'm not saying I like the movie, but I was expecting it to be like mind-blowingly good, and it was very good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I had to rate it, I'd say like a 7.5 to an 8. But I was expecting a 10.
What's Cats?
Like a negative fucking 69.
Nice.
But the cinematography, you're absolutely right with that. I was watching it, I was like, oh shit, this is like, it just was like fun to watch. Like, it was cool. Like, it just had I don't know, it was just awesome. I did like that about it.
For me, going into it, I was excited to watch it based on the glowing reviews from Ben and many others. I'm not a big musical guy. This movie did not change my opinion on that. Unlike Bob, I will say, like, the musical stuff kind of takes me out of it.
I agree.
I'm willing to admit that any negative thing I have to say about this movie is because of my own personal bias against musicals. Objectively, I think it's really good. I think the camera operators should have been the highest paid people on the set because I agree the camera work is pretty incredible in this movie. But I kept like getting into the movie, and then they would break into song and dance, and I'm like, I'm not into this
totally
anymore.
Agree. I totally agree. I really think that the musical, like, and those dance numbers take you out of it so much. And like, I'm not anti-musical. I'm actually on another podcast called the Big Musical Boys Podcast. But really, it doesn't like they do take me out of it. Like, it really does. Like I said, the acting is so good. Cinematography is amazing. I don't think Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are the best singers. I don't think they're bad.
Yeah, they refused to do the auto tune or whatever, however, to make it better.
Really? I don't know. Like, that's my thing about musicals is like, when I leave if I see a musical and if I have a song stuck in my head, I'm like, that was good. I did have no song stuck in my head from this. I have that little piano riff. That's sometimes, yeah. But like I don't have any lyrics,
part of that.
Nothing.
That song was actually good. The John Legend song. Like,
that was the best one. That was a good song.
I enjoyed that, but that
was awesome.
That didn't feel like a musical as much as just like a
scene.
Song.
That's one of the
movie.
parts. Like, when it comes to the breaking out in song and dance, like when Emma Stone goes to the party, and they do the dance number after that. Like, for me, it's just like, obviously overblown things, and like people like, it's the extreme of what's going on inside someone's head. Like, this is what like California is at or Los Angeles, I should say, Hollywood at the very extreme. It's just these little pockets of time that you like dive deep into that obviously would never happen, but it's just like, I don't know, that's where this is a film way more than it is a movie. Let's get
I agree with that. And I don't think, I don't know. It's not that they feel out of place. It's just the way they happen. It just breaks it up too much. It's like, we just had that really good scene. Here's a dance number. Like, it just seems too not forced. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but like, it just takes me out of it. It seems like two separate things. If you took all those fucking scenes out and just left the movie, like the actual acting, the actual like performances without the song and dance, I just think this movie would be fucking amazing. That's the only thing that took me out of it, was that.
That's fair. My thing with the like critique of the movie is like the montages, which like you need to like kind of just have time pass when you're gonna like show their relationship going on and on. But like, there's like 3 montages, and you only need like 1. I feel like
the one at the end when he's are we doing spoilers?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the one at the end when he's playing his song. And
I like that.
He imagines his life with Emma Stone.
With Mia.
Holy fuck, that was sad. That was very sad.
Really good to me.
But I loved that part. That was the only time where, and that didn't feel like a musical. That felt like, it was a montage, like you said.
And then
and it just I was one of my favorite parts of the movie. And like you said, like, that's the one they should have kept. They should have cut any of the other ones out.
Yeah.
I think the point you made, Bob, where you said that the musical scenes didn't feel out of place, I would argue the exact opposite, because the musical scenes, I think on their own, are fine.
Yeah.
But I was more into like the non-musical acting scenes, and the two, when you cut from one to the other, it's like night and day, because the musical scenes are like super high energy, the camera's moving around, it's a lot of like long shots. The rest of the movie is just kind of filmed like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I, like I said, I would get super in, because I feel like there's like no dialogue for like the first 30 minutes. It's like almost all musical at the beginning. Then,
yeah, it is.
Then they finally start getting into like dialogue,
The plot,
and the relationship starts building between the Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, and I'm getting into that. And then when it cuts to a musical after that, I'm like, I'm now bored.
It takes you out of it. And like I said, like if they were catchy songs,
I think that's the thing
keep
too,
you alive.
because I agree. I put subtitles on because I'm just like, I feel like I'm missing something with these lyrics, but the lyrics didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. To me, like, I fall in love with the like parts where there's like the part where they go to the Griffin Museum or Griffith
Observatory.
from,
yeah, like when they go to that
Rebel Without a
part,
Cause.
obviously it's like so out of place, and even that part's probably like the worst. Like, they do not do a good job of like when he throws her in the air. I love the music
That
there though.
caught me off guard badly.
Yeah, and then they do the first kiss, but like I still really like that scene. I don't know. The music the musical pieces don't take me out. Like, I get what they're trying to do with them.
Well, what you just said is that where you put the subtitles on to read the lyrics did have nothing to do with the plot. If they were singing about the plot more,
Besides like the City of Stars song, that's like the main one.
I mean, some of them do, but like
No, but that probably is like one of the only ones that like
they don't advance the plot at all. The song and dance numbers do not advance the plot in any way.
to me. Yeah, I think they do a little more so than you guys think. Like the City of Stars song, I think does like when he like they're both trying to chase their dream. Like obviously one's trying to become a jazz club owner and one's trying to become an actress. But I don't that song is probably the one that sticks out the most to me when he's dancing on the pier with. Lady.
that one. If I'm being, how I said I don't really have any stuck in my head. That might be the only one I do.
Like I like, and they're not good singers to me. Like, but like that song, like I really enjoy that song.
They're not bad though. That's the thing is like I wouldn't say that they're bad singers. I said they're not good, and that I think that goes with how I said like none of the songs are really stuck in my head.
To me, I almost appreciate that they're not great singers because then it would be like, okay, Ryan Gosling's not like this.
Yeah, if
amazing
they did do
actor
the
and-
auto tune,
But he's a fucking incredible piano player. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he did learn how to. I know he
enjoyed
turned
the
down
piano
to do.
parts.
He turned down like doing CGI, and he actually learned how to do the
like the movements he would need to make it.
Which
look
like
it's-
when he does the scene with John Legend, like that song, I really like. I love the piano part of that
was
song is the
cool.
best part.
Yeah, that was
that
awesome.
shit's tough to me, and just the when he's playing like when J.K. Simmons fires him or whatever, like that. It's really good.
I think that's my favorite scene.
Yeah.
When he's just like, come on, it's Christmas. And J.K. Simmons is like, yeah, I see the decorations.
Yeah.
Good luck next year.
Yeah. I like how J.K. Simmons was in this movie basically because him and Damien Chazelle are just they work together in
They're
Whiplash.
homies.
Yeah, I mean, John Legend was good though too.
He's like the antagonist, the bad guy. I think that
But he's really not.
yeah, one of like
He's just
that's,
trying to help his.
That's probably my
apparent
like he's
friend.
just like giving him a job and like on the outside like all right, he's giving you a job and paying you good money to be in this band.
But he knows that you're such a good piano player too. Like that's why he asked you.
Yeah.
He knows that like you can tell that they have friction. But like John Legend's even just like, okay, this is the best piano player I know. Why would I not want him?
And really,
Line this, like or whatever you think about each other, like
the
he
worst
still
thing
knows.
John Legend does is offer him the job and then also told him there was obviously these pictures to do and he like forgot about it.
that
and then
he clearly
had to
already
miss-
had a prior arrangement.
Yeah. Like,
that's his fault, not
yeah.
John Legend's.
Yeah, that's my only problem with that. I thought John Legend was pretty good in the movie, like playing like he's the quote unquote bad guy, but
Yeah.
you obviously get like whatever he's doing.
I get that he's supposed to be the bad guy, but I can't come up with a negative thing he did in the movie. Do you guys
He's fine.
do you guys want to take sides? So there's one big argument that kind of sets Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone apart from each other. Do you guys want to take sides on that argument?
What do you mean? Like who's the
When-
right and wrong?
Yeah, when she wants him to basically just be around more. Wait,
She's unhappy that he's
unhappy being in the band. Yeah.
My whole thing is the way it ends, and even this is a full spoiler alert. At the end, when you see after the montage where he imagines what their life would have been together,
And she's clearly still in love with him.
but they give each other a look and they smile. That's basically him saying, because of you, because she knew that he was unhappy in that band and pushed him to like not leave the band. She didn't really push him to leave the band, but she goes, "You don't like what you're doing right now. You want to own the jazz club."
Yeah.
She pushed him to own the jazz club, and she wouldn't have fucking got that acting job if he didn't go pick her up. You know?
Yeah.
Like because of them, they truly have what they want. He has his jazz club, which is all he's ever wanted. She's a famous actress. That's all she ever wanted. And because of each other, that's how that happened.
That's why the movie's sad, because like in the very end, like when they look at each other, they're still in love with each other. And when he says, "I'll always love you," before she goes to Paris to film the movie, like that part's sad as shit to me too. When you rewatch it, knowing they don't get together, like when I first watched it, I don't know about you guys. I hope I didn't spoil it before, but like I thought they ended up together. Like that's why the movie almost is good to me, because like maybe in reality, like she does love this other guy, and they wouldn't end up being together. Like she has a kid with the other guy.
Yeah.
Who is Tom Everett Scott, one of the leads in That Thing You Do.
Oh, nice callback.
No, but to answer your question though, of who's right and who's wrong, like who's the, I'd say neither. I think at the end of the day, they not pushed each other, but like without the other one, I don't think he has his jazz club, and I don't think she's a famous actress.
To me,
so they helped each other,
yeah.
and nobody was right, and nobody was wrong, because they ended up at the end of the day, they got what they wanted. And yeah, they're not with each other, so that fucking sucks, and they're clearly still in love, but they do have what they wanted.
I like that answer, but I think Emma Stone's right. Well, Mia, I forget her last name, but I think she's right, because he doesn't want to be in this band. Like, she's just calling it how it is, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you wanted a guy with money." And it's like, no, she never wanted that. She just wanted you to be happy. That's why I think she
liked you for who you were.
Yeah, and just she saw how passionate like he was about jazz and like wanting to open that club, and like that's why he names it Subs. He was gonna name it just the rename
Chicken
it, right?
on the Stick.
Chicken on the Stick,
and,
yeah.
Like, and then that like when you see it called Subs, I guess you kind of see that coming. But that part I was like, oh shit, what's
When
about
they
to
walked
happen?
in,
I thought
saw-
they were
you
gonna
s-
end up together then.
You saw the blue arrow,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh my fucking god, he's gonna name it what she named. Like, yeah, and he did. And
What
it
about
was-
you, Jer? Did you have a sad?
Yeah, well, apparently I just had a different interpretation of that whole argument, because I didn't think that Ryan Gosling hated being in that band. Like, obviously I knew that there was friction between him and John Legend, and I know his ultimate goal was to open the jazz club, and he was more of a traditionalist when it came to jazz. I thought John Legend had kind of convinced him, like, I get where you're coming from, but jazz is about the
moving
future.
forward.
But he's so right. And John Legend has that line where he says, all these jazz artists at the time were groundbreaking. They were doing new stuff. And like, yeah, you love jazz, but at the same time, like if you want to advance
You're just
it
replaying
forward,
it, yeah.
you're just, you're doing has-been stuff. You know, like I loved that line by him because I thought that was incredible. But
That's why he's not a bad guy. He's like he's making good points.
he's right.
Yeah.
And then-
he can't do that. But at the same time, when they were in the concert, he looked happy.
That's exactly what my point was
Yeah,
going to
see,
be.
I thought he wasn't happy there.
I don't know. I think he was
When
it was
he's like-
growing on
when
him.
he's playing
I thought he
piano.
was getting into it. He was like,
I agree.
this isn't necessarily what I had set out to do. I've kind of had a mind change. John Legend has kind of changed my perspective. Maybe I still want to open this jazz club, but in the meantime,
I can do this
in order
new-
to save money. I'm perfectly content with what I'm doing. That was my interpretation.
I totally agree with that.
I disagree with you guys there, just because I think he's playing the piano and kind of smiling like, I can't believe I'm fucking doing this either. Like could you ever imagine me doing
But
this?
at first,
and she's like falling backwards.
I think he gets into it. I think he gets into it by the end of the scene. That's at least the way I interpret it. But I think you're right. Deep down, he does know, and even when he sees her in the crowd, he knows by the look on her face. He knows she's like.
this.
He
isn't what you
knows
wanna
that she
do.
knows that I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that's what
And
I feel
that
like. And then-
she's not happy because she knows I'm not happy.
And then like that's where like the movie aspect comes into play. Like she's like almost front row, and then she's pushed back to the back. Like you can tell that's where their relationship is about to start falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
guess-
so true.
I guess then my question would be like, is the moral of the story like, don't change your mindset. Whatever your goal is, achieve it at all costs, and don't pivot even a little bit, because that seems to be what they're getting at. Because again, my interpretation was he was still working towards his goal. He was just taking a different path to get there than he expected.
Yeah, but then when they have the huge fight scene, like when he's burning whatever he's cooking, it just becomes like she thought he was gonna like tour maybe once, like, and then it becomes like, oh, this is what you're doing for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing this a while.
Which I also didn't get. I was like, okay, maybe he does this for a few years, but I didn't think he's what,
Yeah, he
30
didn't-
in this
he
movie?
didn't
I didn't
need
think
to-
he was going to be 80 and still touring with this band.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like, I don't know. She thought it was gonna be like he clearly wasn't happy right then and there. They just were both like impatient in what they wanted.
Yeah, but I like I said, I don't think they would have got what they wanted if they never they met each other and
They both needed each other to put, like, especially 'cause she would have moved back home and never moved back to Los Angeles.
exactly, and she would have missed her shot.
Yeah.
And he probably would. And honestly, if she didn't have that confrontation with him, saying like, "I know that you don't like what you're doing," he probably would have stayed in that band.
She's basically
and he
like
probably
stopping
never,
a pussy.
He probably would have never opened his jazz club. Honestly, he would have stayed in that band and maybe.
So do you think this is a happy ending?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's sad that they're not with each other, but it's happy in the sense that they finally got what they wanted, and they got what they wanted because the other person pushed them to get there. Like I said, he probably would have stayed in that band. He probably would have stayed in that band for, like he said, like a couple of years. He probably
like 10 years. Yeah,
probably would have never opened his jazz club, or maybe he does open it, but it's not the way he wanted it. When you walk into the jazz club, you get the vibe that you even see that stool that he had that whoever signed, Sammy Davis or whoever. But like he got what he wanted, she got what she wanted, and it's because of each other. And like, had he not went and picked her up at home in Nevada or wherever she was, and drove her back to her audition, and had she not basically called him out saying like, "I know you don't like what you're doing," he probably would have stayed in that band. She would have stayed at home. She wouldn't have been a famous actress. He would have never got his jazz club. At the end of the day, these people are happy because they got what they wanted, but it's also sad because they're not not with the person that helped them get it, and they're not with the person they're still in love with.
Don't you think like at the end of the movie when like they kind of look at each other like they give each other like the head nod and they're like, we did this, like we.
I think that's them appreciating. He's like, I couldn't have done this without you. You couldn't have done.
But don't you think if this movie just kept going, like it was real life, you're telling me like she's not divorcing that guy within 5 years and they're not ending up together?
I can see that.
That's Tom Everett Scott from That Thing You Do. You don't divorce him.
Yeah, like it's like he seems like a nice enough guy. Like, what does he do? He has like 2 lines, like saying, "Hey, let's go to dinner here."
He strikes me as like some kind of like financial guy. Maybe.
Yeah, and
or like a lawyer.
Don't you think she divorces him? I just want them to end up together, so I'm just gonna keep La La Land 2. they
leave it ambiguous, like you're saying, like you're imagining them coming up, like getting back together, and like I could see it.
I see her leaving that kid too.
Yeah.
Well, that kid wasn't special.
No.
I mean, as many complaints as I have, I still think it was good. Take out my personal biases against the musical aspect. I mean, that's my biggest critique. Obviously, we have slightly different interpretations on Ryan Gosling's character.
I actually do have something. I know Emma Stone won the Best Actress. I actually had to look because I thought her performance was good, but I was like, I don't know if that was Best Actress worthy. And I looked it up, and the people she was nominated against, I was like, oh, like.
Do you remember who it was?
Yeah, it was just a bunch of no names. There was nobody really big.
Yeah, I thought he was obviously up for. I don't know who won Best Actor. I know he was up for it. He did not win, but I thought she was really good in the movie. I thought she was better than him. Not that I fucking know anything, but like I don't know. She
was a good performance. She was definitely better than Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, like when she. It's just weird, like you watch Superbad and she's Emma Stone there, and then you watch this and she it's just crazy to me.
What's the other movie where there are also love interests in it? I think they're
Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah, I think they're dating in real life. Like,
don't you want them to? He's married to what's her?
Like, I saw that movie, and for whatever reason, I really buy that these two are in love with each other. Like, I don't know if
maybe it's because they had the past history. I watched that movie before this, obviously.
Too. Yeah. But I think that like maybe because I've seen that, but like I don't know. I would even call it the acting. They just look like they fit together. Whatever reason, like they just look like they're a couple. Like I don't know.
I did think that they had really great chemistry. That was one of the high points of the movie.
I just feel like they have a lot of fun. I almost think that's almost what takes me out of it. Not takes me out of it. Like that's why I think she's the better beater. She's the better actress because like he almost looks like they're just friends and they're like happen to be working on this movie together. And she's like, no, like we're in a fucking movie right now. Let's be great actors.
I also like watching actors in movies act. Like when she does all of her audition stuff.
When they have to act, I'm like, when I was watching this with Tina, and I'm like, she's doing the phone scene where like after she spilled the coffee, I'm like, see how it's a little better because she's not being as good of an actress here. And like, the
vibe I get from that is it just immediately reminded me of DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he does those.
Well, that's like the extreme level where he's amazing at it.
Yeah, but like she was also very good, and like like, you said it perfectly. Is like she's not acting as good as she like like it's totally true. Like
if she's
acting somebody acting.
Which is, I think, one of the hardest things to do.
Oh my god!
We don't know shit about acting, but that seems like the hardest thing in the world to do. Act like you're not as good as you are.
It's really impressive.
Because like, how do you even direct that? Like Damien Chazelle's like, all right, well, you know what to do. Just pretend to be like a little over the top.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like that seems impossible to do.
Impressive, very impressive. She did put on a very good performance, but like I said, like after watching it, I was just like, I feel like if I see like an Oscar winner for any category after it, I'm just like, holy fuck, they're gonna win an Oscar. But like I didn't feel that way after that, and then I obviously looked it up. but she was nominated against nobody. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, she deserved to win that then. And it was a good performance.
And this is a classic like Oscars movie where it's like the whole they love. We talk about cinematography like we know what we're talking. Those people really think they know what they're talking about.
I mean, that was good, but it was good though. Everything with the colors and like I don't know, it was just nice. It was very visually pleasing.
Yeah.
I will say, mentioning Damien Chazelle again, Whiplash has been on my to-watch list for a long time, and this made me want to watch it even more.
Yeah, me too. And so, like, I'm pretty sure. Well, Emma Watson was supposed to be Emma Stone's character, and I almost think I think it was supposed to be like if Ryan Gosling didn't do it, Miles Teller was gonna be the main guy in this one. But
I would almost like to.
And then Emma Watson became the Beauty and the Beast main character, Belle, or what is it, Belle? Nice, thanks, Jerry. But yeah, it just kind of fell into the right place.
Any final thoughts on La La Land before we wrap it up here?
You guys don't regret watching it?
No, I'm happy I saw it. But like I said, like I probably give it a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. It was good. Like I enjoyed it, but it was very hyped for me. I don't know. Will I watch it again? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely don't regret watching this movie. I don't think I'll watch it again. I did take a page out of both of your books, and I watched it a little bit drunk, and I watched it in 2 sittings. So
yeah, Bob loves watching shit drunk, and I love watching it in 2 sittings.
Now, the only thing that you could have hit our books harder is if you watched it in 3 sittings and you watched it hammered.
Well, maybe when I rewatch La La Land, I'll do it that way and see if I.
Well, that's
like
definitely how I'm watching
more.
Transformers.
Yeah.
All right, I think that'll do it for this week. Next week we have Ben's review of Transformers and something else. We haven't figured it out yet, but that'll be our first cross-continental podcast. So you can look forward to that. It'll sound almost the same as this one. So
12 Eastern. What time Pacific? When's it coming out, Jerry?
Yeah, you got to get the Pacific time out there. 9 a.m.
Yeah.
West Coast time, yeah.
All right, until then, thank you for listening. Remember, jazz is about the future. We'll see you next time.